cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends. When Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark, these bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna we be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
It's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome. You already know what time it is. Just Cash, baby! Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful day outside. We're here to talk some WNBA basketball on this lovely 4-game slate. Joined, as always, with Underrated. What's good, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm happy we got the levels set, and they're not going to tell us we're echoing today. We got a huge slate. Yesterday was just a little warm-up, one game. Today we got a huge 4-game slate, a million plays to go through. I'm excited, E. I'm ready to sweep, just like you said.
Oh, yeah, man. We are so due for a sweep. It's not even funny, but let's get that good luck going. Hit that like button down below. We're looking for that special 69 likes. Hit us for a sweep tonight. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe button, turn the noties on, and be a part of the action. We got week-long, month-long, and season-long passes for our Discord. Make sure you guys check it out. Also running 7-day free trials for all the new members in there. Come check it out. See if you like it. Stick around. Hopefully you do. But we got a lot to talk about today. So as per usual, if y'all have any comments, questions, or just players in general interest, make sure to throw them down below. We'll get to them as quickly as possible. Yesterday, pretty straightforward. You know, we hit 1-1-1 Sably with the DNP. You know, I would say injury, but whatever happened with that head injury that she had, she was cruising for those 3-point attempts. But rebounds started out really well, couldn't get anything going, and then Sabrina with the game high 10 rebounds. I mean, like, come on, let's be real. That was just unfortunate in its own right. Plus, losing Satu there really hurt out. She's back, though. She is back, fam. We are not going to be messing with that unders for a little bit. She played really heavy minutes and honestly looked pretty good. It was kind of weird seeing the game play out the way it did, where New York basically just beat them up in the paint the entire game. I mean, they had a couple early looks, a couple open threes, but they were not doing the usual New York things. So this is something that Vegas, especially for that cup game, they're going to have to address, because they were giving it up in the paint. And even, I knew we were kind of fully expecting that Sabrina would have a game sometime in the near future. But, I mean, come on, guys. 10 rebounds. That was obviously a bit of an outlier performance there. So we'll make adjustments. We'll get those lines up here again. And I see even Prizepicks already has the props up for that game right now. So we'll kind of touch on that today, but let's roll through it. We got a couple plays here. Some of this stuff is bumped. So again, if you want to play the bumps, to each their own. We'll talk about some of the ones that are still, I think, on the radar or play potential. And then, we're just going to go from here. So without further ado, let's talk about Big C Will. We got under 4.5 assists, and it is still available on a few sites. So make sure you get it in while you can. But this matchup, very difficult scoring inside the paint for both teams. They are top and have been top at that all season long. Now, the biggest thing with Courtney Williams is all 3 of her assists this last game all came to Nate Howard, who had a surprising performance, went for over 20 points, and even still being able to do some damage down the stretch. But I think this game, especially being the turnaround rematch in Washington for that matter, we're going to see a little bit more defensive looks this time around. So I'm not expecting her to have that near same kind of upside that she saw this last game. Free throws, maybe. Washington is, susceptible to that. So that could happen. for her point scoring total. But converting assists, I mean, she had 3 this last game, and it was very difficult for her to even get a couple of those. The matchup, though, I love it. I think we continue to see this. And in the second half of last game, too, they played Olivia Miles and a lot of off-ball movement. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe they start the same way as last time. Miles will be their designated point guard, and they'll see what adjustments that Washington has. But even with Courtney Williams going to the playmaker, she actually only had 1 assist in the second half, so it's not like that was a boost to her in any kind of regard. Still fairly low on the potentials. We had, 8 or 9, and some right over our 2-to-1 ratio that we'd like to pick on. She had, 8. So 8 potential assists in total. And I love this, man. I mean, we played her under 4.5 all season long, many, many times. I don't see anything wrong with this matchup. And we could still wheel an upside of there being a blowout. I want to give Washington all the credit in the world. They have, knock on wood, not been blown out at all this season at home, playing very competitive, even to the likes of New York, Indiana, and the Sparks. So they're hanging around, and I think, this should be business as usual. Personally, I think this game's going to be a lot more low scoring than it was last time. There was a lot of free throws in that fourth quarter. Way too many free throws that should not have been there. But this prop, we love it. I mean, we played it all season long. We're talking 7 out of 17, 41%. I will take that in a tough matchup. Second least assists per game. Yes, sir. Sign me up. Sign me up.
Sign me up. And, like you said, they had a good old Olivia Diamond in the first quarter. Do you think Courtney will have the ball in her hands more running the offense? And we're a little worried about that, even though under 4.5 is definitely still a good play. Are you a tiny tad worried that happens today more than before?
I mean, it is a concern and something that we're just going to have to accept the risk with. But I would say they start the game business as usual. Don't switch it up yet. See if Washington makes any adjustments, because that first half did look really well from them, and after the adjustments, it kind of slowed down scoring wise for Minnesota. But I don't think you come out completely with a different strategy, since it's not like it wasn't working to begin with the first time. They just made things a lot more difficult for Miles, like scoring wise. Plus, I mean, if you look at Courtney Williams, I mean, this was a really bad game from her, just overall scoring wise. She should have had way more points than that. 18 field goal attempts, again, if I'm not mistaken, only being able to put up 13 points. So there's definitely room to grow, and there's definitely room for her, I think, to continue shooting the ball like she did. 15 attempts, my bad. But still, I mean, this is above her normal season average stuff that we've seen so far. She's going to shoot the ball. I mean, she should be one of their main scorers, her and McBride, like the two of them. The assist connection between her and McBride is almost non-existent. I mean, those two do not run any kind of pick and roll plays together, typically kind of adjacent on the opposite side of the courts. So with that being said, I mean, if her two outlets are just going to be Miles and Howard, I mean, honestly, I love that. I think Howard sees a bit of a reduction here, and if Miles gets going, we know it's going to be from down low or from the free throw line. So all those things put together, even with the risk, I think it's totally worth it.
Okie dokie. You put it on the top of the list, so I just wanted to see, was that your favorite play of the day, or it just was there from yesterday?
It's honestly still one of my favorites. This, again, we played this many, many times in similar spots to what we got today, and I could see her maybe getting 4 assists. Maybe she falls into an extra 1, but getting 5 assists, that's kind of a steep ask.
Okay, all good. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit for the people, see what you were thinking with that one. And cool, let's move on to Big Sonia Citron, spelled wrong. Let me change that real quick. And you go ahead with your analysis, sir. It says Sony. It says Sony. Sony Citron. We call her Sony around here. There you go.
All right, well, let's fire up the PlayStation then, y'all. Miss Citron. Yay. Yesterday, we talked about this live on stream, being at 14.5 points on Prizepicks. Called that it was for sure going to get bumped, and I believe either right before or right after we hopped off the stream, they bumped that back up to 15.5, which, for all argument's sake, it's basically the same hit rating. I mean, there's no real difference here. The matchup, I think they need to lean into her more. Something that she looked phenomenal this last game, even though, granted, yes, she did have 8 free throws, which, I don't think is necessarily abnormal for her. But somewhere, 6 free throws, I think is easy argument to still have the same kind of output. But they need her. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She had an elevated field goal attempts, and that was also with Cody off of the bench shooting lights out from 3. I believe she was 4 or 5 from the field, 4 or 5 or 4 of 6, and then had 4 threes. So that took away a little bit of usage, and I think maybe there's some meat left on the table here, to kind of feast off of. But her on-court matchup was pretty solid. I mean, she was giving them hell in the pick-and-roll game, and the ability for her to get into the lane, when she starts moving downhill, her shot selection looked really crisp this last game. Hit them with a lot of hezzies, a lot of step-back jumpers, which I think personally that's one of her best shots that she has. The stop, hit him on the pivot, take the back, free looks, and she just did that so many times in the second half, and was able to kind of pivot off of that as well. And instead of taking the back step, takes the forward step, draws the fouls, and we saw a lot of that down the stretch in the second half there. But I love this. I mean, she's been phenomenal this season. This obviously 70%, 71%. Not really any difference, again, from the 15.5. So if you do have that as your only option, that's acceptable. 15 plus should be on most of the sites, though. And last little bit, though, her home court playing has been really solid this season. We had the blemish here against Indiana. I don't think she had many free throws. Yeah, which is crazy because that's number 1 free throw matchup. So we lost a little bit of action there, but I mean, scoring outputs looked really solid. And again, some really good teams here that they played at home. I like it. I love the minutes. I love. Did I forget to say I love her minutes? Because I love her minutes. She is out there the entire game. I mean, coach is just happy to have her. We love to see it. And we're going to go right back to it. So, Citron 15.5 or the OG line at 15 plus.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. She's been showing up when she needs to. When both the bigs were out, she balled out, and she showed me. I went under. She said, no. So she's definitely a capable scorer, and you can see with her only 3 potentials last game that they want to get her involved more. The scoring, let Amore get to the assists and the playmaking, and that's also on our list. Big Amore's assist. We'll get to that shortly, I'm sure. And guys, you're killing it today, guys. We're at 60 watching already and 32 likes. That's what we like to see. So thank you guys very much for being here. We are going to do our best to make some money today. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. Well, let's talk about sweet little Georgia. Georgia, on my mind. I am very excited to see her play these uncapped minutes that we had the last 2 games. First thing that really stood out to you and I was 15 potentials in back-to-back games.
Crazy.
And in back-to-back, very
That's big.
tough matchups.
Right.
Yeah. So we're seeing some big girl minutes finally, and I think earning her spot on the court. We're seeing a little bit more shooting too. This has come up and been more consistent for the last 3 games, but 15 assists for a player that was at 3.5 assists is honestly just unbelievable. We never get that kind of going rates, but I think now coach is like, okay, you're earning your time, you're earning your keep on the courts, playing anywhere close to 30 minutes, and I mean, her line might be unbelievably low for what we've seen here to start the season. But still, 15 potentials is too hard to ignore. And I think this maybe, yes, not the best matchup, not one we would ideally like to take, but still, we got to do it. It's just way too low of a line, and I love the minutes. So, coach, continue to give us this kind of production. I mean, here for more, I guess, comparable examples, way under minutes, production really close to that. But games, I mean, 29 minutes, 4 assists, 26 minutes, 7 assists, 27, 32, hitting that. And the, let's see, the one she missed out was against Seattle. And then the other ones, I mean, still, we're seeing pretty close for anything over 25 minutes, what that's looking like. So I like it, man. I think this is another young player we haven't seen fully in development. And even on a worst case scenario, let's say she only plays 24 minutes, still not bad. 5 out of 7 games this season. I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Tougher matchup.
Right.
But still, from what we've seen, especially from last game, I mean, let us fall somewhere in the middle of where we were looking last time. And, I mean, man, we should be looking good. Easy 5 assists here, I think, no problem.
Yeah, for sure. And you know me, I don't like overs, but, when we have lines like this, can't ignore them. Definitely got to put a little on this. 3.5 assists is crazy. We got that on Bovada at minus 145 earlier this morning. I can't believe it went the other way. But yeah, had to put some money on that one. She's been doing too much with the ball in her hands and actually showing why she's a high draft pick. So let's keep it going. Hopefully Minnesota won't blow them out, but I don't think they will. I think Washington is showing they're a decent team now with Amore running the offense like this. So let's make it happen.
Yes,
Captain.
sir. Yes, sir. Just keep it moderately close for us today, and I think we're looking good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's pretty much what we have for that game. I'm sure there's going to be some questions about Olivia Miles. I do like her scoring upside. Take caution with the rebounds and assists. She was extremely lucky to get her rebounds this last game. I kid you not, there was 4 different instances where she ended up being credited with the rebound, and there was at least 3 different players in the fight for the rebound itself, and it just happened to bounce out to her. So that was extremely lucky. She might be way under her RA metrics for this matchup. Would not shock me, but I do like the scoring upside. I like the free throw potentials. Love the minutes. I mean, I don't think there's any denying that. And she has been Team Minnesota, putting the whole team on her back most of the time. Her lines are just a little bit high. 18.5 is kind of pushing it. I would like the 15 plus if you can find any kind of alts for that. That would be slightly more playable. Maybe lean a little bit more that direction. Plus, again, not that we think it is going to be a blowout, but it is still Minnesota at the end of the day, and they're one of the best teams in the league for a good reason.
Yes, sir. I'm with the E.
All right, so you can kind of mess around with some of these here. The 16.5, I don't mind that. 17.5, still pretty decent. But need her basically to get 20 or more points. Kind of up there. Can she do it? Absolutely. But is that where we want to put our money at today?
No. Heck no. I'm playing no dang over 19.5 in a WNBA game if the person's name isn't Asia Wilson. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, honestly.
Heck no.
Honestly. All right. Well, let's keep it going. The Bovada plays and props builder stuff that we had. I know the Zandalicini is no longer available for the under 2.5 assist, but you can still get a more for 3 plus. And then the other one that we found on there, which both of these are still available, Copper under 2.5 assist, which that one could be on a couple other sites. Check Stake, check any kind of offshore stuff that you have as well. And then Nate Howard under 3.5 assists. All those, if they are still up and available, I would say at least now at this point, run the duo here and then just kind of round robin the rest of them. Mix up your exposures a little bit. These were somewhat more of a site unique prop. The Howard one you could find on a couple of other sites as well. But shout out to Bovada. Everybody has access to Bovada. If you guys are not on there, you're doing yourself a disservice. They have a lot of random stuff like this that you can bet on.
Yeah, they do. And that props builder a lot of times puts up stuff that no other sites put up, like these plays. Some of these plays, like they don't give you the unders on all these other sites because they know unders are better, as we always stress. But props builder will be a spot that does, and that's on Bovada, Bet Online, different offshore sites. So if you can get access to those, we highly recommend it. Faux show.
Right.
And we're always looking at those every day in the Discord, dropping them. So you're getting really good value in the Discord with those. By the time we get here, sometimes they're gone, but it is what it is, eh? That's why the Discord is the place to be.
Yeah. We don't control the lines. We just, throw out the value as we see it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, let's keep it going. All right. Leah
Roll my
Boston.
joint.
I mean, I think Boston pretty straightforward. We're just taking her under threes again. The last matchup, she went 1 of 4. So still, the volume was semi there, but this time should be, I think, a little bit easier scoring wise for her inside the paint. We got news earlier that Natasha Mack is not going to be available today, so that's going to leave Linkskins, I believe is how you pronounce it, Big Kiara. She's an overseas player, a little bit older, been in and out of the league from time to time, but a serviceable player nonetheless. I get the feeling, though, we could see Alyssa Thomas at the 5 spot more than per usual. But nonetheless, I mean, Boston still, we're just talking efficiency. Hitting that many threes per game's only happened a handful of times so far this season. And looking at, really the volume for her, 5 would be an extraordinary game, but somewhere in that 3 to 4 attempts range is pretty normal for the most part. The bench unit also played like absolute shit this last game, so they kind of by default in the second half had to take a few more threes. The efficiency, though, for her, I still love it. I think this is a totally acceptable play. And Outlier apparently agrees because they got that as her most favorable prop currently. But yeah, 12 out of 16 games this season staying under. You're gonna have to call him a bluff here, Boston. We love you to death, but this is just one of those. It really shouldn't be a prop, and we'll see what the bookies do this next game after this if she stays under. I like it. AT's gonna be on her again. I mean, she really struggled to score this last game, only 8 points total. Might be this exact same thing here, and she was quite fortunate not to get into foul trouble either. Still ended up playing about 30 minutes. AT's cooking and having to put the team on her back a little bit more so. Wouldn't shock me to see her in some early foul trouble. We haven't seen that in a while now.
Yeah, and what? She's gone over 1.5 threes, 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the season. 81% hit rate here. Like you said, Mac being out, I didn't even think of that until you said it now. Mac being out probably would you would assume Boston's going to be down low, banging a little bit, feeling a little better about that. So that helps us as well. And it's on Underdog, another good thing. You can play that on Underdog and add something else for some decent pay. And I must say I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm about to light this joint up. Let's go, E!
And the cool thing about now not having Mac and picking up Kiara is she actually can shoot a 3. You know, this is something that was been in her bag all her career, and she's not afraid to pull from 3. So there's a real good chance that, you know, her squaring off on the other side with like Billings or whoever else from the bench units, and that's just going to leave Alyssa Thomas 100% on Boston the entire time. I would not be shocked to see Boston in some foul trouble today. It will not surprise me at all. All right, you're doing that, so let's keep it going. Next up, we got Veronica Burton. We snapped this up last night at Prizepicks because this did not make any sense. She's 8.5 on most sites, which I think is still a fine line, but this 9.5 or 9 RA on Prizepicks looks lovely. Burton, not really sure what's going on with you, but your potential assists are way, way down lately, and it's been kind of messy. We've had some good matchups in here too. I mean, the one against the Sparks especially. I don't know if there's maybe something physically wrong with her, or if maybe there's just some team chemistry that's going on. But this has not been quite as steady as we would have liked to see out of her this season. I don't know what's going on, honestly. This is not a favorable matchup in any regard. I'd be surprised if she even gets over 4 rebounds. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Tough matchup, though. I mean, this is Atlanta. We've seen this time and time out. Look at your, Caitlin Clark's. Look at your other opposing point guards, what their production looks like. Clark especially, only 9 RA, 10 RA. Mabry lucked out because she had a handful more rebounds. Again, she's more of a small forward, not the point guard player. So being able to just skirt up and over that. But, I mean, we're talking first game, Mabry missed that again. Sykes missed that. Skylar missed that. And the list just kind of goes on and on. So can they get there? Sure. You can get some random rebounds that'll push it up and over, but not the easiest spot. And I think we just got to see what's going on with her. Love the spot. Love the hit rating. Gotta show me.
Yeah, Big VB, stay right where you are. Been doing nothing at all. And if you miss the 9 RA, I really don't mind the under assist, to be honest with you, because she hasn't been doing much in tough matchups. If you can filter her matchups, look at her assists, and we were looking at that before. It's like she goes off against teams you're supposed to get assists against, but when you filter it to tough defenses, nope. And this is definitely a tough defense, so I do not mind the under 5.5 assists if you miss the 9 RA personally.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been plenty of any of the bottom 6, bottom 7 allowed matchups. I mean, she's really staying way under this marker, and it's been consistent, But I think there's something not 100% either right with her or right with the team, whatever that case may be. Still, nonetheless, got to do it. This team's spreading the ball out way too much here, and for her too, Atlanta is elite against the 3-point shooting, and if that's going to be the case, she's going to lose a lot of her outlets as far as being able to kick it out. The only inside the paint scorers, I mean, a little bit of Xana Lassini and a little bit of Gabby, but outside of that, this team is live or die by the threes. So them having to adjust course there, make things a little bit more difficult. 40% range right here, or 40% of her assists being kicked out to the 3-point line. That's not a good spot. It's not a good spot. You can see all this bloody red over here. They are not allowing assists. There's been only a couple of players be able to squeak over, but not looking pretty for some of the top playmakers.
Yeah, dude, I like our plays today. I like the games today. I'm pumped. We got 82 watching, 46 likes. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do so to help us out. We're trying to get up to 69. I believe we can. 2:30. We're only a half an hour in. Feeling good. Got a lot of questions to get to. E, if you want me to jump to them, let me know whenever you do, and I can do so.
Yeah, let's just run through these last here few plays. I mean, I think they're pretty straightforward, and then we'll just talk about any of the stuff that you guys got for the last 30, 40 minutes or whatever we got left.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, so we already talked about Amore, AT. This is more so just a matchup-specific thing. We saw her, again, be able to kill Boston this last game. Major upside for free throws allowed. The Indiana team is, I believe, still number one. Yep, number one by a mile, just ahead of Connecticut and Chicago. So AT knows how to get to the line. Both her and Copper, I think, massive free throw upside for each of them. And then general usage, I know she's been a little bit more back and forth down the stretch of the season, but I do like the potential. I like the history. This is something that she really gave them the business last season, being able to go for 18 plus points. Yeah, 32. That's crazy. I mean, that's an insane number for her. But still, I mean, you can see what we got out of her this last season. Again, now with it being the same matchup, I mean, I don't think there's any reason for them not to try and draw up the same kind of strategy. Bonner could be a slight more thorn in the side if she doesn't get ejected here. But still, I mean, honestly, this is a super low line for her. We were talking about the 11.5. If you can still find her at 13.5 for the full game prop, I do like that. It was on No Big and Fanatics and maybe one of the other random sites earlier too. But yeah, playing it a little bit safer here. I mean, there is always a chance either one of these teams could blow out the other one and it not be a full quarter or full 4 quarters of action. But still, they need her. This team is riding the struggle bus, and somebody has got to help Copper. So I'm looking at you, AT. Looking at you.
Come on, AT. Bring those ugly shots. Put those ugly shots in that hoop.
Yeah.
Hands down, ugliest shot of the league. But they have no one else.
They have nobody else. We're just really looking at 3 players, honestly, between her Copper, and Bonner off the bench. Yep. But one last player to look at. Emily, Big Emily, her 4.5 rebounds. Now, looking at the beginning of the season, you're probably like, this doesn't look that great. But things were much different. So during the stretch here at the beginning of the season, this is when they did not have Meg as the starter and Louisa was. And from here on is where Louisa ended up going to the bench. And even more so for that fact, Coach had her as a DMP, so their backup center did not play this last game. But Emily crushing the glass since moving in the starter position here on the 30th. I mean, you can see this is here where Meg started, production coming way up, also minutes coming way up. So this is something that I am accepting the fact that we are banking on her playing, let's just say, over 22 minutes a night. That's really what we're looking for here. The matchup and everything, though, is great. Y'all already know Chicago. I mean, we literally just played Nelson Adota the last time. She was scot-free, easy over cash. Same thing to be said here. Don't look at this first game of the season. There's so many different things going on here that you really just got to throw out the window. Emily was not a starter. They had a completely different starting lineup, starting 5 than what we've seen now. And first game jitters of the season, brand new expansion team, all kinds of stuff is going to be weird. But now, seeing the minutes, seeing the production, I like it. Plus, we also wheel the upside potential for, I know we saw I saw a comment about Cardoso. Cardoso could easily get Meg into foul trouble today. And if that's going to be the case, she's going to go sit down early. By default, Emily's going to have to play more minutes, soak up more time there. And they're going to have to run Louisa, who, really hasn't seen that kind of minutes here recently. But I think Coach trusts Emily a lot more right now, and the matchup is perfect. We cannot ask for another better matchup. So that all being said, just give me more than 20 minutes, and we'll kind of just put it in perspective, looking at 20 minutes here. So this is all the games that we've seen from her as a starter. This is the beginning of the season, not as a starter.
All right, I'm gonna ride with you on this one. Big Emily, she can do it.
E. She better do it.
Double E.
All right. So let's roll through the questions. Hopefully we answered a few of those along the way as well. But if not, let's hop into it.
Let's get it, guys. We're already at 100 people, 51 likes. Appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
Draco 1882, he's here. What's up, man? Logan's here. What up, though? He says, nice slate today. Yes, sir. Just Cash, underrated. Let's go. What up, though? He says, Jermaine says, I'm ready for your best. Oh, here we go. People like Jermaine. What's up, man? He says, I'm ready for the best 8-man plays for Underdog. 8-man play he wants. Wow.
I forget that they even go up to 8 now. I'm so used to it still just being capped out at 6.
Oh, my gosh. What are we going to do about Jermaine?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we got about 10 plays here, so you just chop them up and throw them into that slip. I don't even know what is a payout for an 8x.
It's a lottery ticket, I guess. He says, time to get this bank, crew. Let's go, Jermaine. Heaton 4, what's up? He's back, folks. He said, what's good, gentlemen? Let's get this bread. Yes, sir. Heaton 4. He says, Giannis to Miami. He's happy. Heaton 4. He's happy. He wants it. He's so happy with Giannis on the team. I totally get you. Who did Miami get in the draft yesterday for to go with Giannis?
I think they picked up Nate, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. Okay.
There was some kind of trade. There was a bunch of bigs available for that. I got to go back and re-look at it. I was only worried about my couple teams. So.
Gotcha.
Which OKC, let's go, baby. Got big Mara and Sturts. Oh my God, forget about it. Forget about it.
There you go. My favorite team, Big Portland. I don't even want to talk about it. We didn't even have a draft pick. Yay! We're going to get so much better. D Johnson's here. What's up, bro? He says, let's go. Heaton 4 says Cloud over 12.5 PA. Low spot. Cloud might not be playing today, right? We don't have news on that yet?
Yeah, we are still waiting on that. She popped up as a midday Q tag. So typically when that happens, most of these players end up sitting out. She did do this one other time and ended up playing through it, but I want to say she did nothing that game. I mean, absolutely nothing. And this illness thing has been kind of ongoing. She's popped up a couple times with the illness tag. Let me see real fast when the last time that she should have sat out and did not. Oh, we don't even have news on that, do we? Okay, here we go. Illness. So this was against Minnesota, the last illness game. And what was our production looking like? We went 31 minutes as a starter, 6-4-2. That's kind of bad. It was a terrible matchup, but yeah, need news on that. I don't mind it. I think this is a lovely assist spot for both her and Skylar alike. Love the upside here. I believe Portland is third most assists per game. Fourth most assists per game. So great spot in that regard. The shooting for her is decent. She's been very efficient, but most of that production is kind of coming in the second half. I don't mind it. I think it's an acceptable play. You just need the assists to come up a little bit more because she's been kind of seeing a hard cap with her potentials. And I don't know if that's just from minutes or from whatever. Because even this last game, Skylar didn't even play. And we had we had 7 potentials and picked up 0. Ugh, that's kind of gross.
That's
potentials
very gross.
are not that pretty, though. I don't know how to feel about that.
So if she's in, are you scared about Skylar?
No. Skylar had us this last game. She just basically missed the entire fourth quarter, and coach staggered her minutes. If she played any more of the fourth quarter, we were looking good. But embarrassments will happen when you're losing by 30 to the least or the worst team in the league by far.
Right, but well, the bad game gets us the better line today. The better play here today. So can't be too mad. I always like looking at that too. Like something misses or goes wrong. The next play you're going to get at a different line. You can feel good about that part of it at least. D. Johnson says, I got a good feeling today, E. He says, I got a good feeling today.
I woke up feeling great.
Me too.
I got that same feeling.
Yeah, guys, let's do it. Let's see. I don't know how to say this name. I'm going to say Lazarus. Lazarus Taylor says, can you go in depth on the matchups in the breakdown for where teams' weaknesses are? Appreciate the content. So I guess just an overall thought process on, he wants the weaknesses. Now here's what I'll say real quick. Well, I guess he says the breakdown for where the teams are weak, but personally I want to see where the defenses are tough. But either way,
yeah.
Well, how would you do that?
Well, I mean, we could just kind of hit on a couple of the teams that are on the slate here for tonight. So Chicago being top of the list in points in the paint allowed. Indiana's number 3. And then going all the way down the list, Minnesota is allowing the least amounts inside the paint currently. And then Phoenix, 4th least. Everything else just kind of falls in the middle, like Atlanta, pretty neutral matchup. Golden State also very bottom of the list, second least. I noticed bookies ended up moving Angel, ended up bumping Angel down and bumped Gray and Ryan Howard up. So that's kind of telling. I mean, I think they're keying in on this as well. I'm not messing with Angels under 13.5 points personally. That's just a little bit too low for my liking. Wouldn't shock me to see her end up with 9 or 10 points tonight, though. It would not shock me in the slightest. But those are at least inside the paint matchups. So let's look at the 3-pointers and kind of our matchups here. So Minnesota, again, number 1 3-point attempts per game. Phoenix is number 3. Portland, fairly neutral. Washington, bottom end of neutral. Atlanta, elite. Indiana is number 1, and Chicago's number 2 versus attempts allowed. So those wing defenses are no joke right now. And again, most of the time, while we kind of pick on the under 3s, like Copper, the last time that we played versus Indiana, it was a little sweatier than it should have been in the first half, but it ended up being fairly easy. So yeah, those metrics there. And then let's talk about the rebounding and assists, because everything else just kind of falls in between for the most part. All right, Chicago, number 1 rebounds allowed. Toronto, they are on the slate tomorrow, so be looking out for both Hamby and Nneka. Probably more Nneka than anything. And then least amount of rebounds allowed, so we're looking at Washington, we're looking at Atlanta and Minnesota and Indiana. Not a good rebound spot tonight on the slate, y'all. Not a good one. Phoenix, pretty neutral. Golden State does give up a fair amount of rebounds, mostly from the 3-point shooting that they do. And then everything else, nothing too crazy. Last but not least, I am looking. So this is just speculation. I'm looking out for Erica Wheeler's assist prop for tomorrow, going up against Toronto with Kelsey Plum. Now, unfortunately, going to be out for about 4 weeks now. That is going to be a prime spot for us. Line will probably be 15.5, juice on the over. If you can find 5 or more, or God help them if they drop it at 4.5. That is going to be a 3-unit play.
Whoa!
But hey, you heard it here.
Right nut.
Oh yeah, bet in the house. Now better spots though. So we got Portland, 4th most assist allowed. Phoenix, we just saw Clark snap off against them as well. They're pretty high up there. Chicago, who was doing really good versus assists, they've been trending in the opposite direction. That kind of goes hand in hand with how much scoring they're giving up inside the paint. But tough matchups, though. We got Minnesota, Atlanta, and Washington, and Indiana as well, all at the bottom here.
Nice.
Hopefully, I hope I was able to answer that and more.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. People will take that and rewind and watch that again and write it down, because that's super important right there. That's how we find all our plays, pretty much. See where the bookies are slacking on the lines, and we can't really lose in the long run doing that. What are you gonna say?
No. I was going to say also, the WNBA website is free. So those of you who don't want to, pay for an extra service, if you don't want to pay for Outlier or for Props Madness or something like that, I totally get it. This is the way that we used to kind of do it. You can go here, just WNBA.com. You go over here to the player stats or team stats, whichever. Go to stats home. It'll bring up this. All you got to do is switch it over to teams. Click on whatever the official leaders, and then they have a drop-down category for switch it over to general. I don't know why it does that, but it should look like this. So let me kind of widen that out for you. On the players, general, traditional. So you can switch out all this stuff. If you want to look at the teams, switch over here to teams. It'll have everything as an option. Usually what I do is the two things I'm looking for is defense. So that shows the points inside the paint, and then the opponent, and that's showing what the opponents are allowing. But you can also look at the teams themselves, what they're doing, how they're scoring, and everything like that. So at least for free stuff, this is easy thing to look at.
Okay. Sounds good. We got some Angel Reese stuff going now. So B. Frazier, what's up, man? He says Reese under 16.5 PA question mark. And then we have another Reese over rebounds, I believe. Let's see. And I wanted to see what you thought about Reese over rebounds also, actually. Draco 1882 says Reese rebounds. So PA under and rebound over are the two comments here. What do you think?
Yeah, the rebounds are definitely interesting. Again, this is a higher line for her, but I think for good reason. It's kind of weird not seeing her having, 12 or more rebounds a lot so far this season. Now, you are paying the tax for it. They know. They've seen plenty of these other bigs being able to get up. We had NECA. Why is this taking me back to last year? Hold on. We had, centers like Howard, Hamby, even AT, Mac, both of them being able to get there. I do like the potential. Stay out of foul trouble. That's our only thing with her, is please stay out of foul trouble. It's a fine play.
Is it weird I want to play some Angel today?
I do, but I am not one to mess around with Golden State at home. They are so good, it's not even funny.
That is true. And you know what's funny? We didn't land on any unders for Atlanta. We were looking at Gray killed us. We got her the first time, and then Gray got us last time. But man, Golden State, Gray or Ryan, can't go under Angel, I don't think. The other one was Angel 16.5 PA, I believe.
PA?
Yeah, actually, that makes more sense, because then you don't got to worry about her rebounds, of course. And she's probably not going to get too many assists. Maybe a couple.
So it's been weird for her. So we're seeing a bit of a trade-off as far as like what the rebound output is transferring to on the actual numbers, and then her scoring upside. She's been an extremely efficient scorer for Atlanta, albeit, yes, on a little bit of volume, more volume than what we saw this last season. And that's kind of come at a cost between Gray or Howard, whichever one of the two of them. But she's been one of their offensive anchors. Like, very surprisingly, she's scoring a lot this season. And this is something that's kind of, we saw it a lot last season. I mean, here during the stretch, whenever she really got her minutes, she's a very capable scorer. It's a tough matchup. I get it. But if we're talking hit rating, 43%, I like it. I'll say I like the rebound potential.
Dude.
PA is pushing it, man. She's been getting this.
So you're leaning more on the over something than the under something, even though the matchup's super tough. Her lines are showing that, as people say, her lines are baked in, right? The stats are baked into the lines.
But let me kind of walk back a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. The success that we're seeing against Golden State from opposing bigs are mostly from the ones who can shoot the threes. So let's just kind of break down by example. Melissa Smith ended up with a fairly good game. She actually just kind of went out and smacked them. But Nia Coffey, three-point shooter, torched them there. You can see Howard, not a three-point shooter, struggles there. Shepard, I believe she got over on free throws, if I'm not mistaken, that game. But, I mean, not having a three-point shot here, a little bit tougher. You really need the free throws to kind of carry you up and over, which, I mean, yeah, Angel is good about. But as far as, getting some kind of three-point action, that might be tough. She's going to take her threes like she does, but it would not shock me to see her stay under her scoring today. I will say that. But her numbers are very low, very low. She was literally just like 15.5 points this last game. So, and 3.5 assists, which we did play.
There you go. Stats baked in right there. We got 105 watching. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting us, hitting the likes for us. That helps us get to the top of the algo. So thank you very much. And Logan says, nice slate tonight. Hey, man, tonight is a nice slate. We got Caitlin to start it off. We'll see how many fights there are in that game. Hopefully Bonner takes a spill. And then we got that game we were just talking about, the Dream and the Valkyries, late night. Wow. And even Lynx Mystics is a good one. So then we got the Fire in the Sky in between there, whatever that is. It's time to go make a sandwich. But the other ones are good. Logan says, just cash on the radio. Let's go. What up, though? All right. Now, let's get to, and appreciate you, Logan, for Really Real. Now, let me see. You did that already? I'm sorry, because I was going through trying to match up some of these questions. Okay, here we go. Draco says, Boston over free throws.
It's not bad. She's going to be, again, squaring up against AT for the most part. Can she get a few more? Maybe, but AT doesn't really foul a whole lot. What was the line? Sorry.
It just says over free throws.
We'll find it. No worries.
Coolio.
Yeah, 4 free throws. Can she do it? Yes. Phoenix, though, bottom 4 all season, all last season in free throws allowed. Just not really typically what she does. If she goes out and plays over 30 minutes, probably looking a lot better in that aspect. But you're playing for a push. I can see her ending with 4. Getting anything beyond that might be kind of asking for trouble. Did you mute? You there, big dog?
I muted because I couldn't find my lighter, so I had to grab this torch, and it's way too loud. Anyways, Mid-Range Bully says Cardoso over 8 rebounds. Just keep, being transparent over here. We're all friends.
Yeah, so Cardoso, again, guys, he got a goldfish that first game. I know she looked lovely, having 14 rebounds and all that good stuff. Totally different team for both of these teams now. We did not have Westbelt, Cloud, or Stevens in the game. So let's look at Azrae Stevens and what the damage that she's really doing to Cardoso here. This is a insane drop off from what should be a player that's crushing the rebound rating. She started the season off really, really well. You can see the games without her. This is exactly what we expected for, her rebound outlooks to look like at the end of the day. But with Stevens, I mean, this is taking a massive hit. I do like the matchup. Yes, it is a very favorable spot, but I don't know if I could play that personally. That's kind of pushing it. Now, if we're talking about the 7.5 line, you could talk me into that a little bit more so, but I still think Stevens being a huge problem for the team, and we still haven't really seen Stevens play, over 30 minutes. This last game, she only played 20 minutes, ended up sitting the second half for whatever reason. Her minutes are coming up, and you can see here. So back at Toronto was the last time. So let's kind of look at that. We'll take it off here. Toronto was on 6-7. All right, that is. I hate that they still take the little bottom bar off this thing, man. That gets on my nerves. Show me the teams. All right, Toronto, where you at? Toronto. Am I blind? Oh, right here. Okay. So from here on is where Azrae came back, and you can see a couple of decent games here. A lot of action inside the paint. Both of these teams, Minnesota and Washington, shooting the least amount of threes in the league. No surprise there. Picked up a few more rebounds, but anything beyond that, man, we're kind of pushing it. Dallas, same thing, bottom of the barrel, threes per game. Carla being in or out, I think, kind of makes a bit of a difference. If Carla's in, she's going to take more for mid-range, try and slash the basket like she does. We could see that same potential from the first game. But if Carla's out, they might default to a few more three-point looks here, especially from the bench unit. Not really sure how that's going to play out personally, but Meg should see some increased usage on the other side as well. Could fall into a few more, but I would say Stevens being back is somewhat of a concern.
Makes sense. Plus, she's lazy. It sucks to cheer for her sometimes, and she can get in foul trouble. Ugh. C-Dot's here, E.
Yo, what's up, man?
Do you want me to read what he said? Okay. Hit the like button, smash the hype button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord underrated at E. Just cash R the WNBA GOATs. And if I had the GOAT like button, the GOAT effects button, I would hit it right now. 3 times this here with all the positivity we all need in our life. He said, what up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Good luck. Sometimes you got to just chill, man. Life's moving fast. Sometimes you got to just kick back and enjoy it. Sit back, think about it, for real. We're sitting here finding plays to watch some good WNBA games. We're in heaven, just saying. The Gale says Cardoso season. Fire! He wants some Cardoso. Okay. Hey, if you say so. If you want to cheer for her.
I want it too.
If you're going to cheer for her. Khadijah's here. What up, gang? Hope I didn't miss the good stuff. I don't think you missed any good stuff. We have all good stuff. You probably have to rewind it to catch all the good stuff. Trevor says Angel Reese 11.5 rebounds. We talked about Angel. I'm leaning that way. Foul trouble a little scary. Matchup's a little scary for E. What would you do? You're passing on the rebounds? Is that final verdict?
I think it's a fine play. On paper, that's a better up spot for her. Should be a worse scoring spot. So, take that for what you will. But I think bookies are just too afraid to drop her lines down to that 10.5 marker.
All righty. Zoe Marley, what's happening, man? Says, how we feeling about Betts? Lauren Betts tonight. You liked her at the beginning of the season. She hasn't got many minutes, but we did get to see a little more with the injuries they had. What are you thinking about her tonight? What do you think she's getting?
Probably the same scraps that she's gotten the last couple games. I like her. She was one of my favorites going into preseason, who I had exceptionally high hopes for. They could stagger the minutes out a little bit again, but I'd be hard pressed to see her play. Unless it's a blowout, she's probably not playing over 20 minutes at best. The rebounds, a lot of people were on this last game. I think she was at 3.5. It was a real low-hanging fruit, but this the minutes, you're really just banking on minutes. If plays over 20 minutes, she's probably looking pretty solid, but Shakira Austin also didn't really see any kind of success this last game. We know how the turnaround rematches can be from time to time. If she gets going a little bit more so and plays, over her 30-minute marker, Betts at best might be looking at 15, 17 minutes, if that.
Yeah, it's tough without the minutes. Alrighty. ZB Miami says, yo, we out here today. Let's go. What's up, bro? Mario Riley says, Barker under PRA. Ooh. Now, I bet you're going to say you want to see about Carla first.
Yeah. Real fast, also, just to kind of put in a little bit more context here, Angel Reese's game against Golden State last year was also without Cardoso, so no shock there. She absolutely snapped off on the boards.
Okie doke. Jermaine says go big or go... Oh, my bad. Thought you were done.
No, just talk about Barker here real fast.
Gotcha.
She's in a great rebounding spot today. She's going to pick up a little bit more on the playmaking. They do have another player who is off their bench unit who is playmaking a lot more, so there is a real chance she could end up moving in as a starter. And if she does, I like any potential assist unders for a lot of these players. That's something we can kind of circle back to when we get news. But yeah, you got to find out at least about Carla, because that's going to be a lot of usage that's going to open up at least from playmaking and or potential field goal volume.
Yeah, man. And if Carla's out, what was the other thing we were thinking? Oh, it was Bridget under assist too. I still like that a lot if Carla's out. We didn't put that on the list, but we try to remember that, I guess, later. Jermaine says, go home, go big or go home is the motto, fellas. Yes, sir. Hey, but at the same time, go smart is good too. Just saying, simple it down, simplify it, and just chill sometimes. Because if you do too many 8 legs, man, news.
No. I was gonna say we're looking for Tasia here. O'Block. If she is a starter, I like those assist unders because she's been playmaking a lot, and I get the feeling we could see her move into a starting role if Carla's out.
Okay, so we'll watch for the starting lineup. Bridget under 2.5 assists, if that's the case. Sounds great to me. Should we write it on the list to remind ourselves, or are we gonna remember?
We'll remember. I mean, it's a late night game anyway, so we're going to be waiting around, I would imagine, for some time now.
Alrighty. Jermaine says Cardoso rebound over, and we've discussed that. A little scary to us personally. Good luck if you do take it, though. What you looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take some caution. It's a good spot for her, but a lot of things have happened since the first time these teams played.
Alrighty. Andre Brooks is here. What's happening, bro? He says Copper fantasy points, 30.5, and Gabriela Jaquez, 3.5 rebounds.
Yeah, I saw Jaquez is a pretty popular play today. I like her if Cloud's out. If Cloud's playing, she's a fine play. Who's the other one? Copper?
Copper fantasy.
Now, with her fantasy, you're banking 99% on it all just being from points and from blocks and steals. The assists, we saw 0 last game. Historically, very putrid. Even the rebounding, yes, she could fall into a couple of extra rebounds here, but, realistically, I think we're looking at 4 on a good day. So you're really, really paying a tax on that. And even with the blocks and the steals, it's not like she's getting a whole lot of that this season. Yes, probably fall into a couple from either passes from Clark or Kelsey Mitchell, just having, her general usage, but it's all coming from the points. Really, this is what's got to carry the most weight for you. 19.5 points is unbelievably high, I think for good reason, but still, 35% the season. No, thank you. She's okay. She's a serviceable spot, no doubt, but this could see a little bit of a hit if AT continues to be productive. And low-key, I think Bonner is going to have herself a game today. You heard it here. 8.5 points is pretty low. Pissed after being ejected this last game, too.
Get the fuck out of here, Bonner.
Copper's lines are just so high. I don't understand. Outside of just the last 5 lookers, where are we coming up with this line at? Because Mac being out is not like we're talking opening up a ton of usage. She's not going to pick up any kind of extra rebounding off of that, maybe 1 at best. So PR, if I had to pick maybe a better pivot, you could talk me into that one. 23.5 is not bad, but still. Bookies kind of know. They're almost making her lines unplayable. Well, she's actually 22.5 on Underdog. That's a way better line. Are her points the same there? Are they not? Where you at, Big Copper? Where are you at? 20.5? Woo-hoo. She is up there.
You won't go under. You won't go under.
I won't. I'll go under anybody.
I don't think you will. Not Copper today. She's man. You know how Indiana is with the slashers, I think. Seems like they just get fouled and go to the line like 12 times.
Yep. So hit your free
part.
throws. Hit your free throws.
That's crazy. She goes to the line so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Good Magamoron says, Legends. Appreciate you, man. B. Murph says, do y'all like Boston over 24 PRA with Mac out? Interesting way to look at it. What do you think? Oh, and I forgot. We hit the 69 likes. My bad. Whoever hit that like, good luck to you. And good luck to everyone else who got us to 69 likes. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
So Boston over 24 PRA, sorry.
It does get a lot more appealing. Bookies are setting at a very low line. Maybe historically This isn't something I would try to pick on, but opening up some more potential scoring inside the paint makes a lot of sense. The rebounding aspect, not exactly the best. Big assist upside potential. I know she didn't get any here this last game, but still, wouldn't shock me to see her, pick up 3 or so in here. But scoring is mostly just what we're kind of trying to find the sweat out of, because AT ate her lunch last year. I mean, she only had one really good game against them. That was with how many free throws? 13 free throws. So she scored 10 of her 22 points from the line. And you can see no free throws in the other games. A lot different. It's an okay play. Do I love it? Maybe not so much. It's a very low line, though. Probably for good reason, but a very low line. Wait. Hold on. What was it? PA or PRA?
PRA. Oh, you must have been doing an alt, maybe? Must have been.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if we're talking an alt line, totally fine. Totally fine.
Okay. B. Fraser says Burton under 17.5 PA. Man, Burton, she has been doing not well. So what do you think about throwing her points in there with the assists? It's almost like all her lines could go under. The points is the scariest part, though, because it's so low, right? 11.5 is pretty low for someone with over 30 minutes.
It is a little bit low, but so a couple pros, a couple cons here. Biggest con is not a good three-point shooting, not a good free throw upside, which for her, the free throws is where she can really do a lot of extra damage. I just don't think she's at 100% right now. And a little bit scarier, yes, with the points added, but if she's not shooting the ball, because I mean her volume has been way down, 5, 8, 12, even though it was a bad game, still, double-digit field goal attempts have been a little lackluster over the month. Now, at the beginning of the season, we were talking a whole different story. She was on fire, but not necessarily the same situation here. And I think that also has come at the fact that, Xana Lassini, Salon, Thornton even playing better more recently, just her not having to take nearly as many field goal attempts plays a huge part, but she could have a positive scoring game, and that's been a little bit more of the dangerous side for her. The assist, very sporadic, not hitting at a consistent rate. Also, same thing for the rebounds. So you are putting at least that extra weight on her and adding on to the overall chance for her to fail. But really, just you're sweating out the points here more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Man, that under assist, I still don't mind. We're gonna get her live. I already know. Andre Brooks says Naz Hillman 14.5 PR, and guess what? They left. They just put my favorite MPB plays on Underdog. We're eating tonight. Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Love to hear it. I like me some MPB. I know we had to rain out yesterday, but our other play hit with our live props. So hey, make sure you guys be in the Discord.
Yeah, man, we got a better one tonight too. Let's go. All right, on to Naz Hillman.
Yeah, Hillman's kind of a fun one, offering a nice little 3-point upside. Matchup-wise, they are going to need her to take those threes. If we're assuming that Angel Reese is going to see a bit more resistance down low, they're going to have to just look to, pick up some of the slack here from the threes. I like it. Mostly another player who we're really just banking on minutes, her staying out on the court. Some of the games, it's been a bit back and forth, but she's playing serviceable minutes. Most of these games over the last month, seeing 30 plus. She's going to be on the court, and if Angel Reese, again, picks up any kind of extra or added foul trouble, they will play her. My only thing is, and maybe she's just going to be Reese's direct backup, but Okot has been playing really good for the bench unit. Yeah, she's looking really solid. There is a real world where coach is just trying to jam her in the rotations, and maybe let's say these last couple games, if Reese wasn't in foul trouble, does that mean Reese is going to stay out on the court, play more minutes, and Naz Hillman loses out on time, or is coach just going to kind of chop the minutes down between the two of them, give her a few minutes off the bench? I don't know. We haven't been able to see that play out because Reese can't keep her hands to herself. But that is a real situation that can happen. So just keep that in the back of your head too. I do like the minutes though. She's playing some hella minutes. We're going to need that 3-point shooting here as well.
Big Nas.
She kind of cooked them last season too.
You like Nas or Jay-Z better?
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. Depends on what era.
Good question. I mean, good answer. Andre says McBride under 7.5 first half points. You were looking at Kiki's under points, but we got a little scared about that one. What about McBride?
Yeah, let's talk about both of them. Actually, I'm glad you brought that back up because I don't think Kiki moved either. But McBride. Now I will tell you, McBride's birthday is tomorrow, so heed a little bit of caution on that. 3-point shooting upside will be there for her. Didn't really hit that many threes here this last game. She has been such a slow burn, though. Here's her first half. Her first half, we know Miles is dominating here, so losing out a lot of usage for her, one, and then Howard also being an extremely productive first half player. She's not been playing well in the first half, and all that put together, plus, basically playing behind Seawill on top of that, fourth in the pecking order, basically. It's been a rough go. 7.5. I did not mind this. I think there's several potential unders for the first half, especially. Her being one of them, that one stood out. And then the other one, same thing. Kiki at 7.5 it was on Underdog and Prizepicks. But we'll talk about Underdog since it's still here. She has not been about that. It's been a real tough go of it. Staying under 10 out of 12 games so far this season. Last game looked a little bit better, ended up with 6 points, but she also was able to play a few more minutes. Shakira Austin seeing kind of a reduction. Both of these, I think, totally fine. Tough matchup for both.
Okie dokie. Let's see. He also says Barker fantasy score at 24. Now, I'm sure you want to wait for Carla news still. And guys, we're killing it today. 77 likes already. That's what's up. That is what's up. Now, Barker fantasy. I guess you could look at it like if Carla's out, how much do you like it?
Let's see. What is her line? 23, 24 flat here. I mean, it's not bad. She should pick up the extra usage, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be enough to maybe offset a couple of the turnovers that we're seeing from her. She's not a bad player. She should get her minutes. I mean, that's something that has been kind of suspect the last few games here. I know the blowout here against Minnesota was mostly from that, but assuming it's a close game, she'll be out there for a fair amount of time. Going to have to deal with Sydney on the other side. She's coming off of a really bad game as well, so that could go poorly, or she could pick up a handful of blocks and steals. So she's an all right play. I'm personally probably good on her, to be honest. It's hard to stomach a player with or without Carla. 24%.
Gotcha. Okay, Computer Error says, what do you guys think about DeWanna Bonner under rebounds? Any under, I just stop and go, yes, somebody likes an under, let's look at it. Maybe it'll work out. I love unders. Okay, DeWanna Bonner under rebounds. Let's see what it is.
It's still fairly high, 4.5. We haven't seen that since the beginning of the season whenever she was a starter. Now,
no Mac.
Again, yeah, Mac being out is something. And she, like I said, she was on her way to playing over 30 minutes. I mean, she was getting 30 minutes for sure. Missing out on a little bit of time there in the fourth quarter could be, problematic, but still not the best matchup. Really just for her, just sweating the random 3-point shooting. There's a real good chance she'll probably be, whenever Copper's on the bench, you'll probably see some time covering either, Kelsey Mitchell or whatever, what have you in the 3 spot. I like it. I think the matchup is favorable, but she gets a little bit scarier when she plays over 30 minutes. So that's really the threshold. We might be holding on for dear life at the end of the game. Wouldn't surprise me to see her get 4 rebounds, but asking for 5 is kind of pushing it.
Okay. We have a new name in here, Bob Weenie. Yay, Bob Weenie. But hey, he says, okay. Do you factor in menstrual cycles?
Not really. That could be something for Cloud, popping up with the random illness thing.
Typically, you're taking it all serious. You just roll, right? Oh,
give you
hell
honest
no.
answer.
You just said it so seriously, though. So that was great. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Could be factoring in the cloud today. Yeah, chance of rain.
Chance of cloudy.
Oh, boy.
no, I
Boom,
mean-
boom, chick. All right.
It's not like we get public info about that. These players aren't exactly going around bragging about that. There is some random patterns that we've been able to pick up on in seasons past, but
lying.
for the most part,
Stop
for the
lying.
there was a few.
This dude said it with a straight face, so Owen Wilson style. Holy crap! Whoever said that was so right. Ayo D says, "Love y'all, love you back." Ayo.
Nah, it's more fool's gold than anything, to be honest. Either they're playing or they're not.
It could be something, Bo. We don't have we don't have the stats. It should. Oh, I'm gonna write the props madness guy, and I'll be like, "Hey, I know you guys got potential assists this year. That was huge, but I think the next thing, menstrual cycle, just listed for each player would factor in." Oh my gosh, that'd be good. D Johnson says thoughts on Nia Coffey over 7.5 points.
Yeah, we talked about her. She took a lot of threes. I mean, Howard not being able to really put up any kind of 3-point production. They're going to be spacing it out a little bit more. She got a lot of open looks this last game. We just need the shots to keep falling. Don't forget, this rematch is at Washington. It's not in Minnesota again. Fine play though. Fine play.
Kevin Stark says, "Let's effing go. Let's go, Kevin." He says Megan Gustafson under points, another under. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. But same idea, right? No Carla. Big Meg's going to have a little more. What do you think, though?
Well, 14.5 points is pretty insane. I mean, books apparently. With all the line movement, with all the line movement that we've seen so far, I do get the sneaking suspicion that Carla will end up sitting for this game. The first time wasn't really anything too crazy. I mean, she only went for 14 and 3 points. I mean, it's not exactly major upside, but this was also at the beginning of the season. I believe in those two games, she didn't even start. Let me double check that for you real fast. Carla was out on, I believe, the 14th and the 18th. Yeah, so she was not a starter in either of those games. Put up 14 points against New York. That's kind of impressive. Her field goal volume has been pretty consistent, but I think at this point the line is way higher than what it should be. Can she get there? Sure. Probably needing some free throws or some 3-point action, but those are both fairly sporadic for the most part. I don't mind that. I might even just kind of... Maybe,
you don't mind it, and it's an under? It might be good then.
This is one that we could kind of sit on, though, if we do get news that Carla's going to be out. This under 14.5 would be real nice. I don't think they would move. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense to move it down to 13.5. That's already up on a couple sites, or was up on a couple sites to begin with.
Now you're saying we want Carla in to make that underplay, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'd feel a lot better about it if Carla played.
Right, okay. That's what I thought you meant. Okay, cool.
But let me again remind you,
gotta be
number
a
one points inside the paint matchup is the Chicago Sky. They are dying inside the paint. I never thought I would see them jump over Toronto because Toronto has been so bad, but they are neck and neck. This is 1A and 1B right here.
Jermaine says, hit the like, people. Best damn show on YouTube, #1. Ah, my gosh, Jermaine. You shouldn't have. He said,
thank you.
He said, best damn show on YouTube with a bunch of fire emojis. Hey, bro, that is crazy. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I know E appreciates it. We put all our time into this, no doubt, guys. We live, sleep, eat, shit, WNBA props. I know it sounds silly, but hey, it's fun. It's fun. We make money. We get to chill with you guys. We get to help you guys make some money too. And there's nothing better than helping people make money and helping whoop these bookies' ass because I hate them. D. Johnson said, underrated, gotta lock in, gotta keep the joint on deck. You can tell the joint's been hitting me, D. Johnson. Thank you for noticing.
Oh yeah, you get nice and talkative.
Oh yeah, and that's when it gets fun. King MVP says, is Ryan unders an option? I like PA. That's not the first Ryan under PA we've heard. There's something going on here. Ryan PA under. What do you think? I actually liked that this morning. Remember? We didn't.
You did, yeah.
You didn't jump on it, so I didn't push it, but something about it.
Well, it was kind of strange to see the books tinker around with their lines a little bit. Like both Howard and Gray ended up seeing a bump, at least over here on Prizepicks. Just trying to find out if they still had that. Okay, so they took Howard back down. She was at 18.5 there for a little bit. Gray was also bumped up to 18.5. Looks like they're walking it back here. If you can find the 18.5, that one I didn't mind. But with being the best interior defense, there's going to be a little bit of a trade-off there. And the 3-point attempts here, we're looking at number one. Right up there could be no. What the hell is this? Wrong one. So there's no way. We literally just looked at this. All right, so Golden State actually positive regression. They were really, really bad about their 3-point looks here this last season, but now with Gabby being in the mix, they're kind of just being a solid defense. Bottom threes allowed, bottom points inside the paint. I think field goal attempts also, second least per game over the last month now. She's going to have Gabby on her. I mean, we're going to see Ryan on Gabby, and I think, if I had to guess, probably Burton on Gray, but Burton in Canada could also square up, and then they put Xana Lassini on Gray, which I think more than likely that's the way it's going to play out. So Gray probably a little bit more upside here. She does offer kind of, more of a mixed bag, if you would. She can get to the free throw line. She can take her threes, but if they're going to be smothering Ryan Howard, somebody else is going to have to pick up that production. I don't mind it, honestly. I don't mind it at all. It's just, it is Ryan Howard, but it's Ryan Howard on the road, so there is that.
Yeah, man. When we see games like this with the defenses being good, we're looking for those unders, but the way they have the lines, they're tempting us, but there's nothing crazy that feels amazing. That Ryan Howard points and assists under, though, I could see it happening, but I could also see her going out there and just whooping ass like Ryan does sometimes. So a little bit of caution there, but I do like it. That boy Q Ray says, "What up, guys? Citron under fantasy, 29 fantasy." He said, "Me taking her under the past 2 has been killing me, but I think she's due versus Minnesota." I feel you. I was saying Minnesota defense, you want to find an under, but I don't know, man. I don't see any lines we can really do that with. Citron's been balling. What do you think, E? I know we're on her over points, so I assume you're going to say you got to pass on under.
Well, I mean, yes and no. So if matchup is difficult, yes. We know that for sure. Played really well. Most of the stuff is coming from scoring. She's still been kind of a nuisance with the assists and the rebounding. Rebounds have come down quite a bit. Not really, same look that we had at her this last season. It's really just the blocks and the steals. Are we chilling at 2? Are we going over that? We know the points are likely going to be there. So the other stuff, I would say there is a good debate for maybe not seeing quite as a success in just how far past 20 points she might go, or how far past does her actual scoring go. That's really what you're sweating.
Oh, that boy Q-Ray, man. I don't know, bro. If she's got you the last 2 days, I know you want to do it for revenge, but man, I feel like you should hold back. Yeah.
Since we're talking about that too, we've been picking on her in the first half stuff, and we've got bit by it. But look at her fantasy production and also the scoring production from the first half to the full game. So really, really tough. 43%, only 6 out of 14 games, and then you flip it back to the full game, 71%, 10 out of 14 games. So there is a lot of stuff happening in the second half for her. And points, same thing. First half, we're only averaging 6 points per game. Full game, from 5 out of 14 metrics to 71%, 10 out of 14. So it is a massive difference. And I say that just because if you want to maybe dance with the first half under stuff, or look out for her live second half fantasy or points and kind of hedge your bets with that.
Idea with Washington. We saw the bigs go out. We saw Citron and what she could do when no one was there. She actually proved me wrong. I didn't think she could do that. It was a terrible defense, but still, I feel like she showed the coaches something, and then when they all came back healthy now, Amore running point, Citron scoring more. Even in the first half, in the last 3 games I think you just showed us, she's even scoring in the first half now, right?
She is.
Yeah, I
3
feel
games
like
in a row now.
there's some type of effort here to get Citron involved in the scoring more than ever. So that's why I think part of the reason you like her over points, and part of the reason why I wouldn't do it, man. You never know; she could be terrible, and I'm wrong. But it's that, hey, just my opinion. I'm scared. I would be scared. Khadijah says, "Would I be crazy to go back to Azare 5.5 rebound alt line with an upside down smiley emoji?"
No, I think it's a totally fine play. She was looking good this last game too, but game obviously started blowing out, and then coach with the injury or whatever happened ended up only playing her like 20 minutes. So, assuming it stays close, they will need her. Emily also fairly around the paint kind of shooter, takes a few threes here and there, but the opportunity will definitely be there. It'll definitely be there.
Heaton 4 says, Camila Cardoso got the worst body language in the league. Wouldn't even bet my food stamps on her. Heaton 4, let's go. No, she does have
yeah.
She seems lazy and slow, like she gained too much weight is what I keep seeing. It's just, how are you going to be your best like that? Tell me they didn't get paid more, and then you're like, I think I'll just eat these chips. This ice cream looks good. What's up?
Also coming off of a little bit of a frustrating game. I know the officiating was so bad the last game. If I'm not mistaken, they called a foul on her in a play that she wasn't even in the game. So
what?
She was just super. Yeah, she was super pissed about something.
That's funny.
If I'm not mistaken, it was from that though. But yeah, and you just gotta kind of look at the team too. I know Taylor being in the mix is kind of giving them somewhat more of a life, but if the games are not close, coach is easily benching these players as soon as possible. And for her as well, being able to split minutes with Liz Williams, coach just seems to be happy doing that as well.
What's that girl on USC's name? Juju. They need Juju next year.
Yeah.
Okay, Khadijah says, lost by 1 again last night. Oh, no. Sato sold. Shaking my head. Did she get hurt or something? Didn't watch the game. Yes, she did. She got hurt. What, concussed? Or just hit in the head? Went out in the second quarter? First quarter. She only played 8 minutes. Right? Or was the second quarter? But yeah, she did get injured. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mid-range bully says, Caleb McBride under first half PRA.
I don't mind it. The RA for her always a little bit more sporadic, but looking at who she's dumping the ball off to, the assists this last game, pretty fortunate. I believe she only had 6 potentials as well. Mostly it's the scoring. Whatever this output looks like is carrying all the weight of that. And see games she's not shooting the ball well, staying under that 7.5 points. It's been a real struggle. Should be some kind of positive regression, but not the easiest of matchups, and I think it's a fine play. You just need her to not hit multiple threes or get fouled from the 3-point line.
Khadijah said, but I also won my first 3-man slip in 9 days to end her 9-day losing streak.
Heck yeah, love to hear it. Hey, you were talking about that yesterday too.
Yep. Glad it came through. We're back now. The key says Azare rebounds over 10. He's trying to go up with Azare. You think Azare can get 10? We've seen her, but what you think? Would you bet on it?
For a long shot, we've seen her do it, so it does make sense. I imagine the odds on that is probably astronomical.
Yeah, make sure the odds feel as good as, as much of a long shot as it feels to you, and then, yeah, why not? J-Main, yo, what up, gang? What up, J-Main?
Yo.
Courtney Williams over 3.5 rebounds. Khadijah's back with her alt rebound plays. Courtney Williams today.
Not against Washington.
Yeah, don't do this one. Yep, Washington's the spot you want to stay away from rebounds. E has taught me well. Khadijah says, how about Natasha Howard alt rebounds at 5.5?
Yeah, Howard, absolutely. She should be able to see plenty of action down low. Washington, bottom of the barrel, 3-point attempts. So that's mostly why the guards aren't seeing any kind of success. I think Williams only had, 3 last game too, right?
I want to say she had 2. But I could be wrong.
Yes.
I know she had 1 later in the game. She might have got a couple at the end. She had 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had 4, but that was with 2 offensive rebounds, and that will not happen very often against Washington. They do not give up offensive rebounds.
Okay. J-Main says, are we back on Caitlin? Big Caitlin over PA today. I played Caitlin's little discount 29.5 PRA. I'm happy about that. What about Caitlin's PA today?
It's, fairly juiced if you can find it at an alt line, preferably, because I don't know. I kind of get the feeling this game might not exactly be a close one for whatever reason. She's killing it though. We just need that scoring to continue. This again being an extremely good 3-point spot. I say her best prop to me personally is the 2.5 threes. I know you're not the biggest fan of taking the threes, but being at home for one thing. And this matchup, Phoenix is bleeding threes, giving up a ton of attempts.
So 2 times in a row she's got 3 now. What was that game where she had 2? How many did she shoot? 5? Ooh, that was Atlanta.
Yeah, these are tough matchups too.
Yeah.
All of these here in the mix, these are non-good matchups. The good matchups here being Phoenix, Minnesota, which they haven't played so far this season. We had both our games against Washington.
And I believe she's also on a little heater. I think she's hitting her shots a little better now. She's seeing the hoop like the old days lately. So I don't take 3-point plays, but yes, I could see it. Faux show.
The home court advantage for her is mega. Very, very different here. You can see from the home and away splits. So back at the house, I don't mind taking any kind of props for her. I think the PA is still totally acceptable. Not necessarily sold on the rebounding at 4.5, but it's fine. It's fine. Just keep in mind she was just 28.5 this last game, so bookies have made adjustments.
Truth. Mario's here. What's up, man? He says Gabby under PRA. I know you usually don't like her at home, though. Yeah, Gabby under's scary because you never know which Gabby's going to come out. And the matchup's tough, though, so I do feel you on that. What do you think, E?
It's not as bad of a matchup, I think, as we're maybe kind of being hesitant about. Really, the biggest thing for Gabby is 2 things. One, what does her 3-point shooting look like? Which we know, again, Atlanta, bottom 4 in attempts allowed. They funnel everything to the inside, which is where she secondary likes to operate. So mostly, we just need to see least amount of threes possible. And the other biggest thing is the free throws, which Atlanta's been trending in the negative in this regard. They were bottom 2 in free throws for most of this season, so kind of skirting up over the last month now, a little bit more in the middle of the pack. She just can't make it rain from 3. That's the biggest thing. I know you and I personally love her RA downside. Shout out to the bookies for not giving us that for the last 5 games now or whatever, but assists down or are down, rebounding has been down, and for her it's raw volume on whatever that shot output looks like. So one day when Burton shows up to work and takes her field goal attempts, it's going to be at a cost of Gabby here, but we haven't really seen that over the last month now. So, heed with caution. I like it, but Golden State at home has been somewhat of a different beast too.
Right.
Same thing for Gabby.
Right. J-Main says Miles over 28.5 PRA.
We played her rebounds and assist under. Now they bumped both of the lines and kind of bumped up her points, which is a little weird. I love the scoring potential for her. I do not love the assists. Don't love the rebounds at all. Worst rebounding matchup possible. So if anything, maybe PA, but personally, I'm gonna fade the rebounds. She was extremely lucky to get 5 rebounds last game.
Nas hit rate's crazy against them, even with Bree and Griner last year.
That is true, but Griner is laughable. She was absolutely terrible last season, barely even got any minutes. Bree, a very strong debate there, but with Jones, she doesn't really take that many threes either, so that's probably the better example. Angel being there is a bit of a difference. I like Nas though. I think for this matchup, totally fine. Just stay out of foul trouble, keep giving us those same minutes, and pray that they do not play Okot for any kind of extended amount of time.
Right on. I feel it. Sean Kemp says, "What up, gang? What it looking like today?" He wants to know what it's looking like today. It's looking like 4 games, looking like a bunch of plays. It's looking like a bunch of wins, looking like a bunch of money. And Jay Main says, "Great question." So here's the list, guys. Some of the stuff has bumped. Obviously, if you're in the Discord, you already got it at these lines here, but there's still some left. Let's see. What else? Heat and Force says, "Joke, cancel E right now." I don't know why. You must have said something funny. Maybe it was the menstrual cycle thing. Khadijah says, "Miles over 4.5 alt assists." Oof. Don't do it. Don't do it. Could work, but I'm scared. What do you think?
She had how many potentials last game?
Not enough.
11 potentials. Yeah. If they're playing her off ball again, I would be extremely worried about that. They made that adjustment after half, and she did not get many assists. She had one assist the entire second half, or 2?
Bro, she had 4 in the first quarter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So 2 the entire the last quarters. 3 quarters of the game. She had 2.
Yes. No, I mean, I watched exactly what they did. She would drive in and kick it to Howard. They'd run the pick and roll where she'd drive inside and kick it to Howard. They weren't even looking for that in the first quarter. They were like, "Oh, third." They were getting just easy layups, and she was collecting assists, and we were all sad and crying like little hoes. And then second quarter came, and they totally switched, bro. She would run into the inside, and they would just cover Howard. So they're not going for that. So I kind of want to go under. It was 6 assists yesterday, but I would be worried about the alt assist, to be honest. I mean, she could come out there and do it, but I'm just saying, if they play her like they did in the 3 quarters last game, she's not getting 4 assists. Anyways,
if we're talking alts, real fast on that, if you're looking at alt plays, I would pivot to the PA. You could probably get, let's see, 19.5 or 21.5, even 20.5. Yeah, anything in between there, if you can get some kind of exposure to her scoring, because 18 field goal attempts is a lot. Yep.
No, I totally agree. Get the scoring in there, and you could throw the assists for the chance that they do switch back and she does get a bunch. That makes perfect sense. Alt PA, yes, sir. D. Johnson says, "Thanks, guys."
Of course.
Heat and Force says, "Minnesota Lynx -1.5 spread fourth quarter +100 on FanDuel ? That is tough. Fourth quarter Lynx -1.5. Do you have a quarter to flip? Is what I'd say.
Well, that was when they blew the lead. The last game was in fourth quarter. I mean, they were dominating for most of the first half, but that fourth quarter performance was pretty bad.
Olivia Miles, we're down 1. Give her the ball. She's throwing it in. Oh, where did she throw it? Into the crowd. Game over. Sorry. Rookie of the year? Okay.
Well, that was weird, because that was one of those that should have been game over, like on that play, and then it was a turnover into immediate foul, into shot, into immediate foul. Like that one play opened up 5 other plays beyond that.
Wasn't looking so magic there. Wherever you are, Kev.
Yeah, they got dominated in the second half, actually, both quarters.
So pass. Right?
Yeah, I'd probably let it go, because you got to also consider the fact that if it's even a blowout, the bench squad from Minnesota is pretty bad, and Washington is not that bad. So they could easily just give up and sit the starters early or something like that.
One of my favorite bettors in the Discord is here. He says, "Yo, it's Starfall."
Yo, what's up, good bro?
Supreme Juice 69 says, "Cardoso is slow and sloppy. She's always smiling. She's just happy to be there energy." He doesn't like it. Me neither. Me neither. Get it together, Cardoso. We got games to win. Starfall says Lexi held under 9.5 points. Why is her line so high, he says. Man, Starfall be finding the low players unders and still hitting. He says Held is the one today.
Yeah, it's mostly just from, I guess, Mac being out right now. They are still kind of shorthanded on guards. I mean, there's no Makani, no Nojic. Sammy, who should be coming back here sooner than later.
Oh, God. Please no.
Her, she was playing hella minutes last game. She was very, very fortunate to pick up those fouls and stay under 30 minutes. But saw the game before that. Coach turned her loose, let her play 30 minutes. And, I mean, maybe there's some debate as far as, like, where Bonner stands in the rotations. Roshan, I believe she had a pretty underwhelming game too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so coach splitting a little bit of minutes here between those two. It's mostly just how wide or big of a lineup are they trying to roll out here. Hell could easily go out and play 22 minutes, no problem. Or if she plays 30 minutes, you might be cooked. Just the free throws. It's the only thing with her. Do not let her get to the free throw line. If she's taking threes, that's cool. We love the downside for that. No free throws. No free throws.
You hear that, Indiana? Khadijah says Bonner over 7.5 points, alt. Howard over 5.5 rebounds, alt, that you already liked. Azare over 5.5 rebounds, alt, that you already liked. Diggs, Sky Diggs over 4.5 assists, you know you already like. That's her 4-man. Does it sound good or nah? So Bonner over 7.5 points. I know you like the rest of them.
Yeah, Bonner was kind of a low-key, could be great spot today, but you never know with the minutes on her. Mostly, she played a lot the last couple games now, though, with them being shorthanded. I low-key like her scoring. I think she goes for 10+ today. She was going to get that here this last game, too, if all the hijinks didn't ensue at the end there.
Okay, cool. So roll with it. Good luck. Asper Decor says, Olivia Miles, I trust. He loves Olivia Miles. Most people do. Khadijah's talking about the parlay. I think we got that set now. Supreme Juice 69 says, I don't understand playing the alt lines. Just play the under of the original line at a way better money. Scared money don't make money. Just play the under of the original. That's what we're playing under. We're playing the under of the original. We're only alting the overs usually because the overs are so difficult, if that's what you're saying. But I do agree with alt plays in general. Sometimes they can be a little bit slimy because they decide to pay out. Got to make sure the value is good. Aspirate, of course, says higher chance to hit is more consistent. Supreme Juice says not at all. They're having a debate about alt or not, and that's a really good debate. We could do a whole show about that. That boy Q Ray says Aaliyah Boston under fantasy. 36 fantasy. Sounds high, but matchup without Mac might be easy for her. What do you think?
Yeah, it is still pretty high, and I mean, last night I was even looking at her first half. They had it at 18 flat. It's mostly just whatever the first half production is looking like. If she is over 20 fantasy, you're toast. If it stays under this mark, probably looking pretty good. They're not really going to her in the second half, like we've seen in seasons past, the fourth quarter especially, hitting that 3.5 point prop. The guards are doing a lot here. They are doing a lot, and we could also see the bench unit take a step forward. I know Sophie, I'm looking at you, played a horrible game last time. Didn't really get too much like we were expecting, but thankfully the starters did a lot of the heavy lifting. It's crazy too because wasn't the game like 15-3 at one point, and we were
19-6.
Indiana's back.
19-6.
19-6
after the first quarter. They had 6 points in the first quarter, and then they had 37 or something in the second quarter.
Yeah, so kind of crazy. Mostly just the blocks and the steals. Need to fade a few extra random ones there. Going up against AT on the other side. I think it's a fine play. Absolutely fine play.
Okay, we got a couple more and we'll get out of here. You guys are doing awesome. Thank you. We try to get to 100 likes. Why not? We're at 86. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like for us. If you're watching later, it still helps to hit the like. So either way, hit the like for us, please, guys. We're trying to get to 100. Aspire Decor says, all right, I have to give you guys props. Your 2-leg on FanDuel hit last night. Thanks. 1 unit turned into a unit and 3 quarters. Let's go, Aspire Decor.
Let's go.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah, hey, we talked about a lot of stuff too. Johannes, her points. I told you Lloyd's threes, those hit. Jackie hit the Jackie stack with her and Gray. That was an easy one.
Yeah, you're pretty good at this, E.
You know a few things.
Kirkland Ashley says Kelsey Mitchell over 4.5 first quarter points is our last question of the day, and we get to get out of here an hour and 45 minutes stream. Woo! And the likes are coming still. Let's go, guys.
Mitchell is not bad. Both her and Clark doing a lot of damage in the first quarter specifically. Kelsey Mitchell does do a lot in the second quarter, so, kind of keep that in mind. But I would say totally fine matchup here. Mostly just how much of this is Clark, and then everything else really just kind of filters out between her and Boston. So Clark, you don't do too much. Yeah, bro, crazy. She had 0 points too in the end of the game with 24.
That's Caitlin, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
She only
Kirkland.
played 6 minutes too. Wow.
That's Stephanie White, baby. Trash can. Fire her now. Kirkland Ashley, last one. We'll just throw one more because he threw one more at the end. He wanted AT over 16.5 RA, and we'll get out of here. And appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's a little taxed up. Indiana allowing the least amount of assists in the league. I know she had herself a pretty solid game. It is AT. Can she do it? Absolutely. It's just an adjusted line because she really hasn't been doing too much in the rebounding department. Now, with Mac being out, bless you, buddy. Mac being out, that might change things up quite a bit. But only 5 rebounds this last game. Kind of a little bit of a groan there. This is potentials. I mean, massive. God, last game, 23 potentials is unreal. But, yeah, this team is a lot different than what we had last season to this season for both of them. It's a few different things working.
Without Mac in, will she get more rebounds? To help that out is the question, I guess, huh?
I don't know, because if we're going to be seeing more of Bonner, there's a real good chance they're going to have AT playing at the 5 and then Bonner playing down at the 4, which, I mean, they did a little bit here this last game when we saw the bench unit come in. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on her rebounds just yet. I like the assist potentials. 23 potentials is unreal, but rebounds, I don't know.
Oh, my God, I hate Bonner so much. Whew. Okay, guys, we made it. We're at 90 likes. We're almost to 100. I really appreciate you guys. E, thank you, sir, for all the hard work. I know that was a lot right there, so thank you, sir.
Oh, it's all good. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get on out of here. We got games starting in about, 40 minutes or so. Looking out for a little bit of news. Hold on, real fast to make sure this news. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Carla is available. Carly Samuelson also available.
Oh,
let's
Bridget under assists. Thank you. Yes, we do. Bridget sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Meg under maybe. I mean, 14.
Oh yeah, that too. Yes. I love these live plays with the news. Meg under, and what's her name? Bridget under assists.
Yeah,
Big Carla does a lot. Big Carla does a lot out there.
She does. We are playing with fire, so please keep that in mind with the under on Meg, but I don't care. Please put something on this here.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Where can I find that? Bovada probably got it nice and easy. Single bet.
Ooh, look at this. Parlay's already got it down at 12.5.
Oh, wow. You just got 14.5?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on
man.
365 and a couple other sites. We gotta do. That's gonna bump way down.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is it on Underdog?
It was. Let's see.
Oh, 14.5
Yeah.
minus 135. It's on Underdog too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Or they just pulled it.
Did they? Oh, they did. I just got it in on Bovada. Little half unit, but definitely a fun play. You can tell if it's moving down to 12.5, we're getting good value at 14.5. Got to make that play. Don't got to put a lot on it, but
You can still grab the 14 flat on Prizepicks on the fantasy sites. She should be the same on most of the books still as well. Sorry guys for keeping y'all here for just a second, but trying to find y'all the value while it's hanging around. Let's see, and it's still on FanDuel as well. So a couple options, a couple things.
okay. Sorry, just putting that in there. And then now, what about the Bridget? You said you just saw it there? I'm sorry, I was looking at my other screen. It's on 365?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Good to go.
Perfect. All right, y'all. Well, let's get ready for these games. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing y'all at the cash counter tonight. Check out the Discord. Still running the 7-day free trial. We will be back tomorrow for our stream as usual. So good luck tonight, fam. We'll catch y'all later. All right. Peace.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Fuck you, Prizepicks! Fuck you, Prizepicks! Fuck you, Prizepicks!
Well, I had enough.
Fuck you, Prizepicks!